Hello, everybody. Ignore what you're seeing right now. There's a minor issue I had to fix with my model. Last minute. Also, let's get rid of Venom. But there's a minor issue with my model I had to correct. By that, I mean the sword was going through my face for some reason. I don't understand it. Okay, there we go. And yeah, I know the game's muted. This audio is copyrighted, but it's the same Limbus music as always. It's nothing different. That is nothing different. Hmm. I'm doing this because I want to also check on Silent Hill F is out now, right? Oh yeah, Silent Hill F is now. How much do you cost? Fuck. I gotta play that at some point. I don't have some time. 70. Bleh. Okay, well, let's actually get on with the game. So I just woke up. I literally just woke up. Also, wait, I updated you! I updated you before stream, like literally last night! Did I get another update? Oh, well, it's a quick update. It's gonna shoot my internet to hell, though, for a minute. It's a quick update, at least. Actually, didn't shoot my internet to hell that bad. I mean, it did, but not that bad. So I suck at shading. I matched Zilu's skin tone. But I suck at shading. Don't understand it, it's weird. I was trying to make myself look more like Zilu, but I don't understand shading. It's funky and weird. I have no idea. I should have probably looked up what's in this update, because this might be a pointless adventure, and I might switch. Okay, there is something. Okay, there is actually a story. I didn't look it up. I just hopped in without actually thinking to check. How long does it go for? The 10th. So this is gonna be running for a little bit, okay. Oh, there's a lot running. Oh, God. Fingers crossed I can pull what I need. Okay, you are... I'm gonna try to get all of them. Okay, Gregor, Faust, and Honglu. I'm gonna try to pull all of them. And get all of them. Fingers crossed. I have only pulled like 4 or 5 ego throughout my entire time here. It's not looking good. It's just the 3, right? They're not gonna be running more? Come on. Oh, yay, I got one. I hope this is the one I actually want, though. Oh, I got Faust. Well, oh, I pulled an ID. God damn it. This is me saving since it was announced. And I still might not have enough to get even... Ugh. Come on. My luck is shit. Okay, yeah, they're not gonna be dispensable. Blech. This means like we gotta farm really freaking hard too. It's not, pulls are not going my way. All the lunacy I've saved up from basically since this event's been out is now almost half gone. Lovely. And I still haven't gotten one. This is why I hate true limited stuff. Oh, hey, I got a Hishu. I already have you, though. Stop giving me shit I already have. This is not going my way. Oh, hey, oh, thank God I got something. Who is it? Okay, I will take it. I will freaking take it. I don't know a damn thing about ARKNIGHTs, but I see Hoglu got one of the hot ones. I don't know a damn thing about ARKNIGHTs, though, to know who she is. Well, I got Hoglu. I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna end up struggling somewhat if I pull like Hoglu again or some shit. I have done that before for things like this. Okay, it's blue. No, it's blue if it's a COLLAB thing. Okay, luck's actually shining my way. Please tell me they're not going to do another set of egos after this, because I don't have... That's gonna suck for my wallet. Yay, I got Faust! And I could just spark Gregor soon. I love how I've only got like one new ID. Oh hey, you got all of them! Oh yay, I think that was all of them, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Awesome. Oh, and there's no, there's no announcer? Cool. I did it. I managed to get freaking all of them. Except for the one that I got for the mirror dungeon for, obviously, but... What do you even do? Oh, your bird or rupture. Oh, she's actually really good on my, issue pack team. That ego. Oh, please tell me here this ego doesn't replace, his wind-up one. Oh, I think I don't have any, actual egos, I just realized. There's some funky poise thing, thunder stuff. But again, I can actually get all of those. I can get all those resources from this team. Oddly enough, these things are pretty good on my Rupture team. Like, the only one... Yeah, the red one's gonna be the only one I'm gonna struggle to actually build, because Dawn, Magical Girl's the only one that has a red attack in this team. That's gonna be the only one that's difficult for me to use with the Hishu pack. Though if I bring out my bleed team, I'll be able to get this off like every other turn. Or pretty much every turn, it looks like. Unclashable. I'm gonna have to look up what his does, because it's a little confusing. I just realized that my sensitivity on my mic's way high. Well, I got all of them, unless they plan to do another set of 3 later, which I am going to have a freaking heart attack if they do, because there goes all my lunacy I have saved up since they announced the collab. Well, anyway, let's do the story. While I cry over the fact that this used to be a really freaking high number, and now it's not. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep later. Okay, let's do this. I ain't gonna jump into hard right a freaking way, man! I will do that shit later if it's too... I will do that shit later. Normal first time through when you're appropriately leveled is a nightmare sometimes. I will set it to hard later. Do any IDs benefit from do any particular IDs give you more resources? Oh my, oh, she's small. Compared to or Dante and whoever this is really freaking tall. I'm curious to see what kind of, explanation they have for this, because with how the mirror worlds work, they could really expand on that to just make collabs like this make sense. So it would be too hard with how the mirror worlds work, that these things just exist. I mean, oh wait, clearing via hard difficulty will automatically... Okay, so I get both. Okay, so I don't gotta go back and do normal later. Okay, so I just probably need... Oh, this is gonna be a funky team.
흑수, 오필두, 이상이여. 만곡된 직선을 직선으로 질주하겠소.
I was exploring the Laboratory Corporation branch when my consciousness sinks into the depths. The sense of cognition itself and the concept without form floats in the shadow and of a ever-winding river swept up in the currents to nowhere. When we ran into an abnormality, but Sadi told us that Hong Yun's Lobotomy Court branch should be free of any abnormalities. And the abnormality which appeared out of nowhere was more otherworldly than anything we'd encountered so far in our journey, and deep blue. It was a fathomless blue, and seemed to have a pool that endlessly drew us into itself. Just as I was about to recall this abnormality, a myriad of sceneries and a flood of incalculable thoughts clashed into my mind like wild waves before ebbing away from its shores. I was already lost and adrift somewhere within my own consciousness when I realized this. Just how long am I going to be adrift? The sensation of my consciousness floating away is quite the unfamiliar one. I floated about in that strange state for a while. An unfamiliar voice seizes my aimless drifting consciousness. Are you Dante? The fog of my vision clears as the voice breaks through the waves. And a concerned expression comes into view. Yes, I am. Ah, what a relief. Gregor, I think Dante has come too. So, who are... I was about to ask further questions to this strange and... stranger with particularly long, animal-like ears, but... I felt the drowsiness coursing back with a terrifying memories of the dream, rendering me unable to speak. I have to get a hold of myself. After an indeterminate amount of time had passed, I don't know a damn thing about ARKNIGHT, but she's cute. I barely managed to wake myself from slumber and to get a grasp of my surroundings, only to find myself surrounded by more unfamiliarities. Sorry, I had to cough. There was that stranger from earlier sitting atop a rock and certainly taking in the sights, a young girl who would probably save my life. Wait, so were those animals' ears after all? Dante, why is this a concern? We have the Hishu pack who have bunny tails. I'm pretty sure we have the horse people who have horse ears, although I don't think Dante's seen those, except, well, no, he would have seen the IDs. This should not be too abnormal. Okay, it's not important right now. I have to prioritize figuring out what in the world I ended up. I have to prioritize figuring out where in the world I ended up in. So we're standing at the Iberian coastline. How are you feeling? A little out of it, but I'm okay otherwise. Huh? Oh, so they can understand him. Okay, they can understand Dante. Yes, we're in... I have no idea how to pronounce that. Well, given that we were next to an ocean, maybe I drifted away from Eucorp's Great Lake. Away to Eucorp's Great Lake. It was an unfamiliar name, but... that was all I had to go on, given the city was still full of more unknowns than knowns to me. I radioed your colleagues when you briefly woke up earlier. They'll be here any minute. I see. Wait, my colleagues? You must have ran into the sinners then. The fog of my mind immediately cleared when I realized that the sinners were all nowhere to be seen. Sinners? I think so. I ran into them earlier. They were looking all over the place for someone with a clock for their head. There's a pretty unique description, so I could tell right away that you were the person they were looking for. So this clock head does come in handy. Well, I mean, you could also revive them from the dead, so yeah, it very much comes in handy. Manager bud. Dante. I'd awoken up to unfamiliar places, to an unfamiliar place, to unfamiliar face. And in the midst of this all-around sense of displacement, the faces that appeared before me were certainly a sight for sore eyes. Gregor Hoglu. Miss Rabbit here told me that she found you unconscious by the ocean. And whew, I came here as fast as I could, and oh boy, I was worried that something bad might have happened. Glad to see you're doing fine. Were you lost at sea? I don't know. Well, I think I'm fine though. I guess not having any way to drink water has finally come in handy. You should go get that checked out just in case. Wait, your head's waterproof, right? That would be funny if that's all it took to bring down Dante, is just to splash water on him and he just starts sparking. That'd be funny if that's all that took. Though I'm pretty sure that's fine. Alright, takes a moment to steady his breath and mutters a casual quip as he lights a cigarette. Well, he doesn't seem that concerned. Maybe we're not actually that much in danger. Well, he usually doesn't light those cigarettes. I thought he usually just kind of held them in his mouth. Of course, they even came up at one point. So, what happened? Where are we? Do you remember entering the Lobotomy Court branch Zichud told us about? Ah, yeah. Yeah, we ran into new abnormalities and got sucked into it before we even had a chance to do anything. Man, I really thought that was it for us, especially with you getting sucked in there too, Manager Bud. But when we came to, despite waking up with our faces down in some ditch, we were all fine without a scratch, though there was quite the mess when we realized that you had gone missing. Where's Virgil? We managed to search for you immediately, but it took a while before we got a better bearing of where we were. So we're not in U-Corp's Great Lake? Some of us consider that to be a distinct possibility, but it's unlikely. Ishmael is really certain that we were not in District 21. She did concede that we might be in an unknown area within the Great Lake of the outskirts, but that doesn't seem likely either, given what the rabbit-eared ladies there said. Oh, those are rabbit ears, okay. The outskirts region of the Great Lakes, I've met all kinds of people from all over Terra, but I've never met anyone who referred to the... I don't know how to pronounce that. See, that way. Terra? As I found myself puzzled by the unfamiliar terms, a very obvious question suddenly struck me. Speaking of which, who are you? I'm honestly more surprised that they could understand Dante. Huh? Really? You fellas haven't introduced yourselves to each other yet? It's just that it's all just a lot to take in. I mean, you kind of got isekai'd, so yeah. It's understandable. You did just wake up to a pretty harrowing experience. She is, actually, would you like to do the honors yourself? I am Amiya, the leader of Rhodes Island. Please just call me Amiya. I'm Dante, manager of the Limbus company. I know I'm late, but thanks for saving my bacon. It seems that this Rodeo Island is a pretty big corporation, but Gregor trails off ominously and scratches his head before continuing in the middle with some mild trepidation. This young lady with the rabbit ears doesn't know what the head is at all. As far as I know, there aren't any organizations in Terra with the same characteristics as the one Mr. Gregor explained. At least not a name like the Head. Also, sorry, it's Rhodes Island, not Rodeo. Sorry, Gregor is kind of bad with names, so what you're saying is that we're not in the city anymore. It'd be weird for any higher up at these huge corporations to know less about the head than we do, let alone completely clueless about it. Well, maybe we've tumbled into previously undiscovered zone of the outskirts of the ruins, probably. Or maybe we've really found ourselves in a completely different world. If their conjecture is correct, we're in way bigger trouble than I thought. This wasn't like the time we accidentally stranded ourselves in the outskirts via a door in the corridor. Amia stared at me with some concern as though she felt my distress. I think I can draw a connection to something else that's happened here. Really? Yes, recently, anomalous signs and events have been occurring here ever since a mysterious dimensional door appeared at the sea. And it's been said that this dimensional door is connected to something very, very distant to something that we've never observed before, so seems reasonable to theorize that dimensional doors somehow managed to cross over to this world. I really would have appreciated Faust's input. Where'd all the other sinners go, anyway? A bit late on the uptake. Going around for the other sinners now, don't you think? There's a settlement near here where they're helping out various odds and ends at the village while taking turns searching for Dante, of course. You know, I've never thought about how difficult it would be to search for someone when we're like fish out of water, too. Man, barely got even a wink of sleep since yesterday. Everyone's got me real tired then, so it's just you two out here for now. No, Ishmael and Yusang and the others, and the other half of the search party, and we just happened to be the last group in the rotation, so they must be searching elsewhere for you to find you, Manager Bud. What happened to the bus? What happened to Virgil? What happened to Charon, who we have not seen in a while? What has happened to them? I'm assuming we're all in the general area, and they probably got sucked in too. Oh, to be fair, Virgil's probably just out there being Virgil, relatively unfazed. At most, a minor look of concern, at most. We got the news early thanks to Emiya's comms gear, but the other team didn't. Yeah, we got lucky. The other team, well, we don't have any way to get in touch with them, so they'll probably continue their search until their shift's done. Oh, are you talking about the village you mentioned earlier? Right. You've not been there yet? I guess it's a bit off the beaten path. Well, we're going to have to rendezvous with the other sinners anyway, so let's head to the village for now. Something seemed to pique Emiya's interest. I think I pronounced her name right. Emiya? As she fell into a contemplative silence before carefully speaking up. I would like to accompany you there. Sure, I don't see why not. You helped us find Manager Bud, and more importantly, you seem to know a lot more about this place than we do. Amiya? Amiya. Amiya. Okay, okay, so I think I was saying it right. I seriously don't know a damn thing about ARKNIGHTs. I don't. I don't. Like, nothing. I have seen a very, pretty looking, or got a hot looking wolf girl pulling a grenade pin out with her teeth. That's all I've seen is like that one piece of artwork from a Nightcore video that I didn't even watch. That's all. That's literally the extent of my knowledge for this. But at least I got all 3 of the egos. I'm hoping they don't add more because I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack if they do. Because I just spent all my lunacy. Literally been saving since it was announced. I don't actually know. Iberia. There's so many funny names I don't know that well either. But I should be able to be of some help. They've closed their borders and have practically locked out any foreign influence from affecting them, but I did get a briefing before the mission. Closed borders? Huh, then how did you get in, Miss... Amiya? Dabbled in it, I don't know the deep lore. Yeah, I don't know a damn thing about it. She is so out of place. She's so small, too, in comparison to everybody else. She might be a pitch taller than Sinclair, maybe, but Gregor wasn't the tallest individual. He is a lot bigger than her, if you don't include the ears, that is. It's either that or the stairs are just really freaking tall. I can't remember. It showed their height. Man, she feels so out of place. We got this cute little thing. This cute little thing in Limbus Company just feels out of place. We followed Dr. Something's directions and illegally crossed the country border. Illegally? Does that mean you crossed the border without obtaining any permission, Ayami? We had to cross the border somehow in order to investigate how and why the dimension door came to be. Huh. Is it normal, is it normal for pharmaceutical companies to be doing that? Large pharmaceutical companies often dispatch their agents for missions. Yes, Rhodes Island is, in its essence, a pharmaceutical company researching treatment for people infected with oropathy. But we also work to prevent and assist in the management of various situations that occur in high-risk areas. There's no humans in ARKNIGHTs, though. Only the doctor is implied to be one, I think. I don't know the doctor very well, but I do know at least what he looks like. High-risk areas? Huh. Wait. What about your companions? I doubt you came all the way here on your own. That's, we were forced to split up due to certain forces that we were in pursuit. Wait, stop! Ayami's ears twitched as she came to stop and begin scanning the surrounding area, then... There! Also, I may be putting off Blue Archive for a bit, because this is a limited, like, once time's up, it go bye-bye event. For good, so I'm gonna be focusing on this until it's done. As we stood about confused, Ayami... I switched, I pronounced it again. Amiya noticed something pointed towards the seashore hidden behind large and cracked rock formations. Where are we? What are we supposed to? Huh? Oh, hello! My voice just cracked. Ignore that. Hello, Elder Star. Hello, Raiders. Thanks for the raid, Elder. Hey, Elder. I'm technically just waking up, so if I sound drunk, I am not drunk. I just woke up. Hi, Elder. I'm playing the Limbus Company ARKNIGHT's COLLAB thingy. I don't know a damn thing about ARKNIGHT, so I'm very confused. I just know I got sucked into another world, and now we're here. Thanks for the raid, Elder Star. You're drunk? No, I act like that. I'm just like that sometimes when I, wake up. Hold on, let me see if I can figure out the shout-out. I don't have that set up for anything else, but it should still work for Twitch. Thanks for the raid, Elder Star. Thanks for the raid. Oh, hey, Botrix has a raid function. I did not know that. That's not... No, how do I do the Twitch shout-out? There is a way to do a Twitch shout-out. I can't... God damn, now I gotta Google how to do this. There's a way to do it on Twitch. I don't remember how. God dang it. I mean, I'm just shouting it out to your own raiders, because I usually don't get views on Twitch. Aha, found it. Found it. I'm just shouting you out to your own raiders, so this is kind of pointless. There we go. I think I did it right. Did that work? There we go! Well, I did that for Botrix, but it wasn't doing it for Twitch. That was kind of a pointless adventure, though. I shouted you out to your own raiders. Also, hello, Shiro. You anarchy, more or less. that sums up Limbus Company more or less. It's just chaos here. There we saw someone wielding a lengthy greatsword and bickering with two unfamiliar faces. Again, move, you're in the way. Aw, she's cute. You need worry as you do. Also, how long until one of the Saiyans just gets offed and the other girls freak out because they don't realize we can just revive them? How long until we see this? I'm willing to bet at least one of them gets skewered right off the bat, and someone freaks out. I don't know what kind of world ARKNIGHT is, but I'm pretty sure they probably don't have some revival thing like we do, where if this guy just gets annihilated, it's no big deal. They just kind of meld back together. We have ample experience battling monsters who are much like them. Also, at like 5 o'clock, I do gotta step away for like 15-20 minutes to actually take care of my dogs, so I do apologize ahead of time. But hello, Elder and Raiders. How's your day going? How's your day going? Or I guess night. This is so confusing. Listen, I'm not worried. Come on, better to have 3 fighters than 1, right? Besides, you're the first person we ran into here, so we've got a lot of questions to ask. I'm surprised they're so willing to fight, though, because without Dante, they actually do risk permanent death. Though, I guess at this point, the monsters, whatever's here, is probably, like, nothing compared to what they faced at this point. Vampires that are basically, like, little pocket newts and shit like that. Yuseg, Ixrel, Dante, you are unharmed. And here I was getting ready for a 3 days long search. Getting ready to relax. Card games stress me out. You were playing a card game? I thought you were, I thought you were playing, wait, I thought you were playing, what's it called? That farming game. Slay the Spires. Oh, you're playing Slay the Spires cards. Okay. Yeah, I don't like card games. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like card games. Unless you count Library of Arena a card game. Which, I don't, but... Yeah, those are stressful to me, too. What a relief. We were all really worried that we might never be able to find you. God, she is so out of place next to the Limbus characters. She is so out of place. We managed to find them thanks to your help, Miss Ayami. Or Amiya. Are you two acquainted? Not a good time for a reunion. It could wait until after we take out the sea monsters. Scotty, are those organisms the Seaborns Dr. Cal? I'm just gonna call him Dr. Cal. I have no idea how to pronounce this. Dr. Cal mentioned. They are sea terrors. To be specific, less sophisticated ones among them. I don't usually do either, but it was my sister's favorite game, and I want to try it out. Oh, okay. I do hope you enjoyed the game, though. I do hope you enjoyed the game, if that's the case. Okay, switching over to watching on my phone, I'll be RB. I'll still be here when you get back, I hope. And they're probably here for me. Sea terrors? I hear sticky noises and some viscous slithering against the rocks. When I turn to face the origin of the unsettling noise, I smell the heavy, wet scent of brine. Dante can smell? At the end of my gaze awaits strange monsters, unlike distortions, unlike abnormalities, unlike anything I've ever seen. It is as though the sea itself is encroaching on the land. I was almost certain we weren't at the Great Lake, but I'm not so sure anymore. Her experiences with a thick scent of brine at the Great Lake must have put her in a weary mood, as Ishmael seemed to be a lot more apprehensive about these monsters than anyone else. Do you think their creatures could be whales or mermaids? I don't know. The Great Lake and the outskirts are full of unexplored mysteries after all. Dante, what do your senses say? It's unclear. I'd say it's closely comparison I would make is with the whales, but not even that's not conclusive. Huh? More enemies on the horizons. We should prepare for battle. Doesn't seem like we can talk things out with them, though. Let's go take them out. Finally, violence! Oh, House Flipper. I haven't seen that game since it... Cute. Cute. Oh, do we not get her as an announcer? Oh, her voice is so cute. What kind of... Okay, I don't... Oh, I can't use any of my egos. Oh, wait, no, that was Yi Sang. Yi Sang, okay, so... I do have, If I don't think I could get this off with this team with just these guys, but... I want to see what the ego looks like when it goes off. Also, I am on hard mode. Those are usually a nightmare. Normal mode is already fairly difficult when you get into boss fights. So, I might turn it off hard mode. I'm just doing it so I can just go through and clear it once. I haven't seen that game since it was released in early access, when I saw IGP play it. I wonder how much it's changed. Well, I think I did watch Alucard play a little bit of it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything on this team that has a, yellow, I don't think. Oh, well, speaking of which, yeah, no, I do. It's just a matter of whether or not they die before I can get it off. I can, okay. Also, I need 4 blue. How many light blue do I need? Alright, the sea-based people infected with the Orphe, however it's spelled, slowly go crazy and lose their minds. Okay, so what, is that like the main thing they deal with the ARKNIGHT, is that funky virus or whatever it is? Welcome back, Elder Star. Welcome back. I should be able to get the, ego off. I want to see what it looks like. Also, I don't understand most of the mechanics in this game still. I just understand wind clash, bonk enemy, bleed scary. And that this particular ID for Hung is busted when you have all the Hishu pack. And Magical Girl Dawn is both cute and awesome. Okay, let's see what happens when this goes off. I want to see what it looks like. This is one of the collab IDs. I want to see collab egos. I want to see what it looks like. That is a fuck ton of damage. Wow. Also, wow. That's the most damaging thing I got, but that's not upgraded. Mission accomplished. Wait, what? That was different. Also, I tried to make myself look like Zilu. The girl that I was told that apparently, like, what I had he does got on my back because I forgot to turn it off. I look like a mirrored image of her. I could not get the shading right. I got her skin tone right, but her tanner, well, I guess she's more of a gray color skin tone. But I could not for the life of me figure out the shading. The infected, that is. All remaining enemies. I take it that's what happens when you win a battle in ARKNIGHT. When do we get a Blue Archive collab? They already did the April Fool's event where Virgil does the Arota thing, which was probably the scariest thing I think I've ever seen. It will forever haunt my nightmares. Shit was like I was facing my sleep paralysis demon when I saw that smile on Virgil. I never want to see that again. When do we get a Blue Archive collab? I know he said he wouldn't do IDs or anything like that, the dude who runs Limbus, but if they didn't want to do ideas because they're afraid people were going to use them because they eventually just get weaker over time and won't necessarily hold up to new ones, just give them to us for free and have us pull for the egos. I would love to see I would love to see Roshu get a Tsurugi ID or something like that. That'd be awesome. I hope that April Fool's event was a precursor to the collabs that they have planned, though. I really do, because they referenced ARKNIGHT as well, and another one I was unfamiliar with. You look like a Guts of Genshin Impact. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult because it's Genshin. I don't know. I don't know. All remaining enemies have retreated to the sea. Good work, everyone. Whew, I don't think we have to deal with anything remotely like this outside the Great Lakes. I'm gonna say that again. I would have taken us a whole day if that Scotty character didn't occupy the other half, while Miss Rabbit helped us from a distance. I bet that's a compliment. I'm sorry. I have some problems with Genshin. I have some problems with Genshin. As we were catching our breath after the last battle, I heard a brief hum. When I turned to look at its source, I saw Scotty glaring at me with a palatable alarm. Strange people who transform? And a clock head. And a head of a clock. I guess you're both technically true. Oh yeah, they probably have no idea what an ID is either. And how we can pull from other mirror worlds. I'm still waiting to see their response when one of them just gets ganked out of the fight and revived. I want to see that. I want to see their response. It's nothing more than a theory at this point. But I think they have a lot to do with the dimensional door we're supposed to be investigating. Yeah, I get ya. I'm stuck at level 28. I just have a problem with MiHoYo in general. And the Genshin community is kind of, I don't want to be a part of them. They are not nice people most of the time. So yeah. Nice to meet you, I guess. I'm still more surprised that they can actually understand Dante. Normally only the sinners who are tied to him can. I only hear well, she can't, but apparently Emiya can. I only hear a ticking clock. Oh, that's because only us sinners can hear Dante's voice. Huh? What's up? Oh, nothing. I was just wondering how Miss Emiya could seemingly understand Dante. Oh yeah, what's going on with her? Huh? Yeah, it's completely flew over my head. I didn't even question how weird this is. Their voice sounds like ticking to me too, but I don't know. It's almost like I could sense what they're trying to say, what kind of emotions they're trying to convey. Okay, so she can't actually understand him like the other sinners can, but she can read him very well, apparently. At least to some extent. Depends on the person, yeah. Her explanation reminded me of the blue boy in Sinner's Past, but I didn't quite feel that uncanny sensation from Amiya that I felt from them. So she can read me kinda like how Virgil can, I guess. Well, she's much better at it, as she was just straight up responding to Dante. Whereas Virgil just could kind of get a general sense. Well, I don't think it's a bad thing. That's true, it's been a bit of a hassle to always need Faust or Honglu to translate for you, Dante. I'd like to know exactly how she can understand Dante, but I think we've got the luxury to... I don't think we've got the luxury of time to sit down and figure this out. So are we heading back? I don't know how ARKNIGHT is, but I'm willing to bet it's significantly better than the world that Project Moon has created. I would not be opposed to just staying here so long as we don't gotta worry about Virgil coming for us and dragging us back. I would think I would much rather stay here than anywhere near Project Moon's universe. Even the nice places are literal hell. The image him ordering food and the cashier hears his... Oh my god. Poor Dante. That would suck. That would suck. You just try to order from McDonald's or some shit. You can't even do that. That would suck. Sounds like a plan. It's not like we know anywhere else to go, right? Oh, Miss Rabbit will be tagging along too. She said she could help us find a way back. I'm glad to be working with you. Also, Miss Ishmael, Miss Honglu, or Mr. Honglu, took the words right out of my mouth. You've always helped us plenty. You've already helped us plenty, and you clearly know a lot more about this place than we do. This journey is long. Perhaps embarking on it ere the sun's fall would be wise. How long is the journey? No idea. It's not like we have a clock with us. I don't know. It's not very far though. We just need to walk along the coastline for a bit. Dante, well, you have a clock with you, but you can't exactly use them to tell time, unfortunately. Scotty quietly pointed in my direction. Oh, Dante can't tell us the time because they're not on time. Then why the clock head? I didn't exactly choose to get myself a clock-shaped head. I looked away from Scotty's inquisitive eyes, which were quite solidly fixed on my head. The coastlines are hardly good places for people to live. Those things can go anywhere in this world, but they thrive at places that meet the ocean. So how did people manage to build a village at a place like this? The monsters called Seaborns or Sea Terrors, yes? Well, it's true that they possess certain difficulties. They're hardly any kind of monsters. They were hardly the kind of monsters with the strength to bring scourge to drive out the local populace. Don't judge them based on that brief skirmish. She's just telling us to be on guard, right? Scotty can be a bit curt, but she's not a bad person. I don't think she said anything wrong. Nothing rules out the existence of the strong variants of those creatures bring out there. Sky's concern only served to fan my curiosity, but something about her especially communicated that I probably shouldn't try, so I quietly quickened my pace as we walked to the village. Hello, Carbon! Hello and welcome.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면
Okay, so yeah, it does clear both. It
홍어는
does
그제야
indeed clear
알게
both.
되겠지.
Why
이
warning?
홍어가 무엇을 바꾸었는지를.
Why do I have a warning for a story? Normally that's just there for extreme difficult, oh, it just pops up for hard mode. Okay, it's just a visual indicator here. Okay, after this one, I'm gonna have to step away for like 15 minutes to take care of my dogs and everything. This hardly looks like a village, it's more like ruins of one, isn't it? It doesn't seem like they've done any proper upkeep on the place, not in a while at least. It looks like it's war-torn. They're really here, living together. The strange building tells the stories of former prosperity from a bygone era. Our steps leave no footprints on the wet, muddy ground. On it, I see a rotting sign marked with the name Pharaoh Murito. Everywhere I look in this village, I see evidence of long, silent abandonment. We don't see these kind of abandoned-looking ruins in the city either. Well, yeah, there's always something or someone or something out there waiting to capitalize on that free real estate. Be it a syndicate or a corporation, and fix it up. Better than this, at least. So, where are the sinners? There's a clearing down there where we were entrapped betwixt a twain of great ships narrowing winds against our sail, and there's Dawn being Dawn telling stories. I still love the fact that now that she's remembered her past and everything like that, what she is, that this whole spastic gremlin thing is just her gaslighting people sometimes. And whenever she acts like, whenever she acts out and causes trouble, it's just her gaslighting people now. It's not just Dawn no more. And how she is now, she is just gaslighting people. Like, she knows what she's doing now. Wonder how much problems Dawn's caused this time. Or if she's actually been good. She has actually been somewhat good lately. And that is, so is Heathcliff. He hasn't caused problems lately either. And that is when young Ishmael boomed. And that is when young Ishmael boomed her command most resonance. Say no more. Yeah, Dawn's voice is one that carries. I didn't even have to try to search for them. That unmistakably sonorous and familiar voice echoing triumphantly between the empty buildings. That's Don Quixote's voice when she is sharing her adventurous tales. There she was, standing on top of a podium like an anchor on stage, regaling a group of people in rags with tales of our adventures like traveling... Like a traveling... Stop making my vocabulary look small, damn it! Answer, you dogs. Stop making my vocabulary look small, god damn it! 'Tis the moment I, Ishmael, the first mate of the vessel, Mephistopheles, shall navigate. Stop, hold on. Just what do you think you're doing? Young Ishmael unhand my mouth for. I was just about to regale them with most fantastic tale of our adventures of great Madra Esquire. Burley, thou hast returned with Madra Esquire safely in tow. What? They found Clockhead? That still feels like a slur, Heathcliff. A burning clock for a head? When I was a child, I heard a story about a legendary Sparkaz with a flaming head. Don't know what that is. Why would someone like that visit our humble village? Oh, hey, Mersalt. While their exterior may carry elements that inspire fear in some, there's no cause for alarm. Yeah, they might look like that, but they're Dante, our manager, and the rest are... Yeah, some of the other sinners are more scary than him. Dante's harmless. Hello. Oh, hello. I am sorry, who are you two? They're two very nice people who helped us find Dante. This is Miss Amia, leader of Rhodes Island. And this is Miss Scotty, their operator. They'll be coming along with us for a while. For a little while. With us? I believe that dimensional door with which the Rhodes Islands, which we at Rhodes Islands are investigating, has something to do with why you suddenly woke up here. As Mia was bringing themselves up to speed, the villagers who were staring at us curiously approached us. Did our conversation manage to convince them that we were not a threat? I sure hope so. So you are friends of our saviors. Saviors? Really, 'twas quite the grand title, yet that is indeed the word by which we addressed. To be more precise, by saviors, they are referring to only Faust and Otis. Faust gave me a light nod when we made eye contact, but I could tell that her lips were drawing a very, very subtle smiling arc. Oh. I still want to see Faust smile again, like when Dawn was possessing her body. I want to see Faust smile like that again. So, I'm glad something... so I'm guessing something did happen. They were quite mistrustful upon our initial arrival. What business do outsiders have here? What if they're from the Inquisition? Oh no, what do we do after all we went through to get here? Calm yourselves, everyone, none of them are carrying what appears to be their scriptures or lamps. Let's first try to see who they are. Oh, this bug arm has to stand out something real bad for Gregor here. Nah, I don't think they're gonna trust us anytime soon. They're all, Stop making my vocabulary look small, damn it! Let's... ST and C, then, PTSD. Okay, I get the feeling this does not mean post-traumatic stress disorder. Sinclair, I need you to translate Roshu again. You can't do that, Roshu. We can't pillage a storage depots. Well, it looks like they already have it hard enough as is. I don't think STNC is a good way to get started either. I love how everybody just understands Roshu. Yeah, I still have a damn clue as to what she's saying half the time. Should we just find help elsewhere? Just look at how thin their arms are. I don't think they're in any shape to help us out. Perhaps we could inquire as to our whereabouts ere we are to decide our lodging. Well, the landscape is certainly reminiscent of VTuber, but I don't recall seeing or learning about any place that looks like this. Though I can't say I've ever been to every corner of VTuber. I ask again, what business do the outsiders have here? Their fingers are tightened around their grips of their weapons. Prolonged silence will most likely turn this into a hostile encounter. We can't have that. Hi, we are from Limbus Company, where Fixers of Justice. Yeah, that Fixers of Oi, don't you know when to keep it down? Fixers? That over there, it's a ship blueprint, isn't it? Were you looking to repair a vessel by any chance? Are these construction materials seem to suggest so. Chief. This doesn't concern you. It's not something a mere outsider can understand. Curious, I've never seen an energy source like this before. Have you run the test to rule out any stability issues? It seems the power to heat exchange via the method compared to the utilization of fusion energy. Have you any thoughts on this, Miss Faust? The general design structure is somewhat old-fashioned, but there are certainly inspired parts to this design, particularly with a usage of the core energy source. While its stability would need to be further studied, the technology seems to be incredibly energy efficient. You identified all that merely by a glance at the blueprint? You must be the village chief, then. If so, I have a proposition for you. In return for assisting their ship repairs, we were promised a ride on their vessel. Miss Faust has theorized that perhaps, by going out to sea, we may be able to find a way to return to whence we came. Again, guys, I'm telling you right now, this place is probably paradise compared to the Project Moon's universe. Y'all might want to consider just staying here. Screw that place. Does that mean we can find a way back somewhere out there in the sea? Nothing is certain yet, Dante. At this moment, we are working based on a hunch. A hunch. Sensing the implicit omen in her choice of words, I slowly turned around and looked at Faust, who nodded solemnly in response. If we're really in a different world, even her Gesell shaft, I don't know how to pronounce that, has to be. No issues were encountered in the repair process. Faust smiles faintly as she looks around, then she pulls me by my hems. She whispered in a low voice, she's gonna be cut off from that thing, isn't she? Like, she's not gonna be able to rely on the knowledge from the other Fausts and all that. From other worlds and all that, is she? She's not... That's probably not working here, is it? Also, man, while I like the movement of Vignon a little bit more, it's the facial expressions and mouth expressions just are not as good. And whenever I talk, it stops whatever facial expression I'm doing, which is very annoying, and I have not been able to fix it. Mouse smiles faintly as she looks around. Then she pulls me in by my hems and whispered in a low voice, "My connection to the Gesellschaft is currently operating at a suboptimal level, Dante." Oh, so there is a connection to it, but it's not working well. So it's still connected, at least. Indeed, it is, however. Even exchanges of simple information are taking dozens of hours by current calculation. Is this a warp train situation because we're in a different dimension? The cause would be identical. We have been connected to an unidentified, unpredictable dimension. However, Gus is aware that the pathway to our original dimension is yet to close this time. Unlike the situation back at the warp train, so to get back to where we came from, indeed traveling through the pathway is the most feasible solution. And from that, you came up with a whole plan to repair the ship and sail out to sea. Well, I'm also a genius after all. Emiya conjectured that we probably came through a dimensional door of sorts. Looks like that dimensional door might be what Faust is looking for. With a high likelihood, yes. At least there's a way back. I find myself calming down a little bit. Oh, speaking of which, when do you think you can wrap up the repair job? As fortune should have it, a majority of the most time-consuming parts of the repair are already completed by the locals. It shouldn't take us more than a day or two to get its core parts ship shape again, executive manager. We'll be staying here for a few more days then. How did you manage last night? Well, like I said, we've been keeping ourselves busy looking for the whole time. We took turns helping with repairs and resting, but I doubt any of us got proper night's rest. Still, we aren't cold thanks to the villagers who kept the fire going for us all night. Not to mention that they help us with a ton with that local map they drew for us. Oh, also, Chief handed us this earlier. What is it? Oh, it looks like a sack to collect water. Give it here. I know how to get it installed. I must repay Miss Faust and Miss Otis's efforts It must be to repay Miss Faust and Miss Otis's efforts to repairing their ship. The services they provide us is certainly quite generous, even when taking the transactional nature into account. They're really giving us the best treatment they can, huh? As for food, we managed to find ourselves some cookies and bread Rhodia keeps in her pockets. Didn't want to eat into their food supply when they're already pretty tight, you know. She carries enough cookies and bread for 12 people? Is her trench coat just loaded with food? Like how the merchant loads himself down with guns in RE4? Is she just like that? If she opens that robe of hers, does it just reveal a shit ton of food that she just has on her? You know what? It is Rhodia. Makes sense. They did offer us some nosh, those dried fish things, but we refused. I ain't taking food from the needy. No need to concern yourself with so much as our hospitality. You've done more than enough to earn your keep. I turned around to look at the source of the low, rumbling voice that saw the old, and I saw that an old man in an outfit that seemed to distinguish itself amongst the other villagers. You're their chief. Is this place for us to stay the night? We do have places to shelter from the misty humidity at the very least. There's an empty building there, so feel free to occupy it for the night. Oh, are you sure? I mean, I don't mind sleeping in the streets myself. Hey, speak for yourself. I've been looking forward to sleeping with a roof over my head since, like, yesterday. The doctor regains sanity, energy when they eat, so yes, she needs a lot of food. But Rhodia doesn't. But Rhodia doesn't have anything to do with ARKNIGHTs. Why would she have, or the doctor? She just has food on her for whatever reason, just a ton of it, for 12 people. If that's a thing in ARKNIGHTs, I can see that. But why does Rhodia have that? Dante doesn't eat. Why does she have that much? Why does she have enough food for all 12 sitters just on her? You'll catch a cold sleeping in the elements in this environment, which is fine by me for the rest of you, but we cannot afford the executive manager or our honorable guests to suffer that fate. Well, can Dante get sick? No, not Amiya. No, that was Rhodia. Rhodia just has a shit ton of food on her for whatever reason. The tall Limbus girl. Honored guests. Now I'm imaging this doctor person, low sanity during a battle or something like that, just munching like a wheel of cheese or something like Skyrim or something, where you just down a ton of it to regain health. Just munching on it like with Minecraft sound effects. I don't know why that's what popped in my head, but it did. Hey, we heard what happened from the four who left in search of the executive manager. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Yeah, me trying to match Zilu's skin tone, it just made me look like, it just makes me look like a serious case of sunburn. Yeah, a gray skin tone she has. I was trying to match that, but yeah, now it just looks like I have sunburn. First, I would like to begin by imparting my infinite gratitude to you for fighting and rescuing the executive manager. I heard that you're the leader of a pharmaceutical company. This acquaintance shall certainly come in handy in case our stay becomes significantly prolonged. I'm just surprised at her boldness to say something. I'm just surprised by her boldness to say something so materialistic when you're standing right there. Yeah, that's Otis for you. Can I stay in your village too, Chief? The village chief looked at a brief took a brief glance at the hems by her right wrist, then nodded. Welcome to Pharaoh Murtro. You are welcome to stay for as long as you want, and please do let me know if you find yourself without food or food supply. Our food supply may be tight indeed, but we have enough to share for those who help repair the vessel. Oh, you better not go back on your word. I wonder what kind of local delicacies await. Dried fish like they were eating earlier, maybe? Hey, Chief. What is it? Just how are you surviving out here by the sea? Perhaps the question of how we are surviving may be somewhat misdirected. Or we are pursuing every possible avenue because we must survive. In chief response to Scotty's perceived hostility with a hearty smile after leaving some firewood for the night he left. We're going to learn much more from here. I can't learn much more from here. You're going somewhere at this hour? Scotty, does this have something to do with the coast? I remember what you said before we got to the village. Something about how the coast's hardly a good place to live in. Dante wants to know if this is something to do with the coast. You understand the language? The what? Eager language? No? Scotty just spoke in Igerian. I couldn't understand the word, a word of Scotty and the Chief's conversation because I don't speak Igerian. It may only be that there were enough lexical similarities between one of the city's languages and the language Scotty spoke in the form of for them to comprehend the meaning. Weird coincidence. Anyway, I have some things to look into, something you're all too slow to see. You still have to tell us about it later. Please remember you're not on a solo mission, Scotty. This is a team effort from Rhodes Island. Will do. Scotty nodded lightly before leaping off into the night out of our sight. I'm kind of worried. She's not the best with people, but she's also pretty thoughtful. She'll be okay. She'll be okay. I might have misread that. Wait, no, I didn't. Okay. Should we head inside? The sun's starting to set already. Oh yeah. We can probably pick an unlit building to stay in and stay in there, right? Trying our best to ignore the mood that was starting to turn awkward. We made our way into the nearby occupied building. Hold on, what are the rewards exactly? Oh, okay, I got a lot of stuff I gotta claim. Okay. Now, is there actually an announcer? Because she did an announcement thing, or is it something I'm just gonna get part of the event? Know what this is an ego. Okay, I don't think there's an announcement because we got her talking. Unless there's something that's gonna come later. Okay. Well, anyway, like I said, I gotta let my dogs out. Oh, stretching. Well, I gotta let my dogs out. I wasn't able to do that before stream, and I gotta let them out a little bit later than normal. So I gotta wake my dogs up, let them out, run to the restroom. So I might be gone for like 15 minutes or so. So yeah, I'll be right back, but I might be gone for like 15 minutes or so. But I'll be right back. I apologize, but I do gotta step away. Okay, I am back. Meh. I could not wake my dogs up for shit. They did not want to move. I had to carry one of them outside. They did not want to wake up. They did not want to move. They were not having it. Thankfully, I could stay a little bit later today, as in I gotta stop shooting by 7 is the cutoff. As always, I click all the wrong things before I actually get to the one I want to. There we go. That is pretty. When do I get into the violence? I want to fight. I want to see the new egos. I also now has food. I was having that heating up while I was trying to get the dogs to awaken. And they would not awaken. Walk past a few narrow buildings and remnants of narrow buildings before he came across a larger hall. Across a hall large enough to house all 15 of us or so. Okay, now we are ready with the curtains on the window removed. The smoke has an exit. Well, I thought we were doomed to shutter ourselves to sleep in the soaky wet sleep with the soaking wet firewood and all. I had no idea that'd work. We just have to get a small fire going until the wood dries up and catches fire. The downside to being all this smoke. It's clear that she has it's clear that she has some field experience, unlike some fools I know. I should sit here and let her carry the burden of labor alone. Bequeath upon me thine ingredient, young Rodion. I shall conjure thee a pot for a special fixer's soup. You're making soup with cookies and jelly? No, you're not good anywhere near the kitchen again. Not after what you cooked up last time. Oh yeah, that happened in Hell's Chicken. I forgot about that. Most of the sinners cannot cook for shit, except for Masalt. Well, I must admire a certain level of interest. As many of our fellows with scare are oft wrecked with intense agony upon ingesting dishes of your making, perhaps it'd be wiser that we'd save the occasion for a safer environment. Right, don't you remember we agreed to leave the cooking to Mur or Odie if we ever in a situation like this, remember? Wait, Otis can cook? I don't remember that. Did we? I see. Wait, see, I think it's become sort of an unspoken rule. Everything that happened. Remember back during last year's cooking contest at Cake Court? They were the only two people who managed to make a remotely positive reviews. Oh, does that mean we'll get to try Otis's cooking once again? Denied. We still have plenty of high-calorie foods like cookies and jellies here. I find no reason to do something so inefficient. I'm glad to see that everyone's still energetic given the circumstances. I can't believe it's easy to suddenly wake up in an unfamiliar environment. Well, we're all quite used to getting thrown into unfamiliar places. Speaking of which, did you manage to reach your colleagues, Emiya? She shook her head, concerned. They might have lost their comms devices or maybe ran into some other trouble. Could they be in danger? I don't know, but I'm sure they're okay. Dr. Cal, they're both more than capable enough to look after themselves. Long have this curiosity lingered within me, thus allow me to inquire. Corporations are, by their nature, organizations that pursue profit. Yet the activities your corporation resemble those of a charity organization, as opposed to a pharmaceutical company. Is there aught that might explicate this blurred distinction? I wanted to know too. How come a pharmaceutical company like Rhodes Islands helping people? Something about what Honglu brings up. Something about what Honglu brings back unpleasant memories. The horrible experience seen throughout the cascade of flowing tears in the face of suffering, the embodiment of greed that was terrible, that left a terrible wound on Honglu's fathoms. The pharmaceutical companies I've seen in my journey are corporations that, despite possessing the capability to heal, choose to obsess over profit, over the profit it can provide. There are many in Terra who are suffering from disease. The disease crystallizes you, it spreads deeper and deeper into the infected's internal organs, eventually accumulating in their death. It's called uropathy. Mia showed me back to her right hand, dotted by what appeared to be obsidian crystallizations. Wait, does that mean she's dying? I don't know anything about ARKNIGHT. Its appearance reminded me of the biotreatments from the back streets, but there was something more to it, something more restless, more sinister. It's a tearful painful disease, but they haven't managed to record cases of full recovery. But there's an even worse problem. Pray tell, what could possibly be worse than an incurable deadly disease? While it varies region by region, discrimination against the infected is widespread across Terra. Those who suffer from it must face unfair treatment. Isang began with a dark expression. Some are quarantined in places with terrible, inhumane conditions, while there have been massacres too. I don't mean to be callous, but is this uropathy highly contagious? No, there have not been any recorded cases of an infection by contact as long as the subjects are alive. But when the infected dies, the crystal growths on their body decay and turn to dust, scattering, which is what spreads the plague. Then boring environments like active battlefields where casualties are to be expected, staying within close proximity to infected in daily life seems to pose hardly any risk. Oh, so what's the problem then? We're already past the point of caring about what the problem is. Once people start feeling iffy, all logic goes out the window. But she has those growths on her. Is she actually dying from this? Then Rhodes Island's goal has to be, yes, it is important to develop a cure for oropathy, but I think what really matters is that we change the circumstances for the better for the infected. That's not going to be easy endeavor, though. That is what gives your effort more meaning. I hope you achieve your goal, Ayami. Amiya, I really do. But for truth, this city, this world, we both live in worlds full of surprises, don't we? What kind of world do you come from, this city? What place is this city anyway? Literal hell! And Mersalt is just... Oh, I forgot about this. No one here is happy, except for Mersalt, he's just like chill, as always. Kind of place with too many pointless rules, the kind of place where the moment you think it isn't too much, you see something even worse. Isn't this too much? Try as I might, I couldn't think of a single positive thing about the city. The citizens seemed to be in agreement. Most of what came after was quite scathing. The kind of place where good deeds rarely ever go unpunished, where sympathies and good attitudes you have if you like getting stabbed in the back. Nothing good ever works out there. It's a shithole. Or shithole. An irrational place full of absurdities. Absurdity is an omnipresence. Therefore, it is not a subject of which one should be agreeative. Or agreeative? We can at least grouse about them, though. I mean, it's the only thing we can do. It'd be correct to experience more and acclimatize oneself to it instead of complaining. Now, that place is hell. I would much rather... whatever kind of bullshit ARKNIGHTs can throw at you, I'm certain it's not anywhere near as bad as living in Project Nude's universe. Well, it just showed there were the good days. What did you say? What you did say something like that last time. The moon was starting to turn rather sour. Don Quixote's shout shattered through the awkwardness. Nearly a day goeth by untarnished by villains and their foul deeds. Yet worry thee not, for where evil riseth, so doth fixers of justice too. Don Quixote jumped from her seat with a passionate and passionately shook her fist, which was followed by a heavy crack at the sound of small pebbles trembling down. Don Quixote, watch out! Okay, you're cute, but did she just fall through the freaking ceiling? Were you eavesdropping on us? From behind the wall, she accidentally broke down and oh, Dawn actually broke the wall. Oh. Whoops. The villager appeared to stared back at Dawn. It appears that she was eating something out of a can while reading a book. How fareth thou? Fareth thy foot, you gotta apologize first. Last seemed a tad too hyper today. I have apologies for I had hardly expected the wall to crumble with such ease. Art thou hurt, idioteries? Pray tell, to what? Forget the apology. I want to know what happens next. The fixers of justice rose up to do what? Oh no. Oh no. Please don't give Dawn the green light. We're gonna be up all night listening to this shit. Thanks for this. Don't give Dawn the green light. I don't think I've actually seen Dawn blush before. Don't give Dawn the green light to talk about Fixer. She's gonna be on all night now. I don't know if they explained it, but the catastrophes happen so often in ARKNIGHT's area. Cities are mobile. It still sounds like a better place than Project Mode. It really says something about a universe with all the bad stuff that they just showed were the good days. And, like, is Amiya actually dying, though? It keeps talking about this crystallization disease thing. And it showed that she had it. She had obsidian markings on her hand. Is she actually dying? I don't want the cute the bunny girl to die. No. She had that disease that caused them to crystallize. Oh, hath thou come to hear the tale of fixers? Please tell me she'll be okay. She's small and cute. Yeah. I don't know about... I don't know about coming to us, given how Miss Don Quixote was the one who punched the wall down. Oh, is it too late now? Or I don't mind waiting till morning if you want to sleep. Nay, not at all. 'Tis quite early for an hour of tale. In fact, pray thee seat thyself here. I don't think Dawn ever gets tired. You don't gotta worry about it being too late for her. She got tired once. That was an extreme circumstance. Wait, actually, wait. With Dawn being... Does Dawn need sleep being a blood fiend? The governable fool, you ungovernable fool, calm down. We don't even know who she is. And don't you forget to share those fixer tales over in the corner to not disturb our sleep. Thou maketh a request most untenable. Those tales deserve to be announced to the world with great gusto from the center. Yeah, that's the best way to hear those kinds of stories, but we should probably introduce ourselves to each other first. My name's Mayers. I'm... how should I put this? Did you meet the village chief earlier during the day? He's my gramps. Oh, that nice guy? So he had a granddaughter. Yet I have not seen you once, Miss Mayers, under the sun. Oh, you're right. I thought the village was completely dried of any young blood. Like Rhodia said, while we didn't see Mayers out there, there wasn't anyone else in the village we could comfortably call young. Thank you, Siri bot. Mia is infected, but I think she is a special case. Anyone with those crystals growths is infected. Oh, so is she like infected, but it's not spreading or halted or something? Because ARKNIGHT has been out for a while, and I'm assuming we're meeting the characters fairly late into ARKNIGHT, so it seems like she would be the case, but I'm so worried about her. Well, then again, they do say how they're going to talk about how the infected are treated and everything. I could imagine it could be a case-by-case thing or some way to manage it but not cure it. You're telling me Gramps was worried over nothing and told me to stay put out inside? Going on and on about the dangers the outsiders pose and everything. It seems that they do not give full faith to their saviors. There are things you cannot share with whom you trust with your life, though. I would like to know why. My, so there are a bunch of other kids who are stuck indoors at the village? No, there isn't anyone around here my age in the village at all. In that case, I guess I can understand why he'd be overprotective. Anyways, it's our turn. We are... I'm good. I heard enough to get an idea. You did? Oh, pray, how did thou hear us? Via listening device most secret upon our chamber? Mayor taps the side of the wall, the part that was still standing anyway, and smiled ironically. That's soundproof. I can hear pretty much everything. Don Quixote, right? Everything Don Quixote practically sang during the day. Verlet, I see. Yeah, Don, your voice travels. I think you'd really do with some sense of embarrassment for once. Well, I guess that's good enough for self-introduction, so... Can you regale me with a tale of fixtures who bring justice and evils, who bring justice to the evils of the city? No, please don't encourage her. Please don't encourage her. Also, the infection seems to power up magic the infected has. Positives, I guess? Something about those rings she wears helps slows. Okay, so she is still dying, just very slowly. Indubitably. I know that word. Why can't I say it? Indubitably. I know that word. Why couldn't I say it then? This shall do. I'll regale thee a tale of which the legendary fixer, the magnificence himself, the Red Mist hath. Oh wait, the Red Mist. Wait, we're talking about Geb? Oh, please tell me we get to hear. Please, we're already like seeing bits of Arena. Please tell me that Gab was my waifu from the first one. Not from the first one, from Arena. Please tell me we get to hear more about the Red Mist and the other librarians from Arena. Please tell me. And where's Roland right now? I suppose that killed any hope of a good night's sleep. No, I want to hear about my waifu from Arena. I want to hear about Geb. But, do you really... Don't you usually pass out within a minute of your back hitting the hay no matter how noisy things are? Our ARKNIGHT universe has modern guns, but they are magic-powered and beyond expensive, so most warfare is magic, crossbows, and melee. Aw, that's actually kind of cool. I mean, in a world with magic, gunpowder is kind of, rendered kind of inert. If magic could do the same thing but better, so I'm not surprised for magic. Crossbows, melee, and guns. Crossbows and melee with magic. Okay, gotcha. It's kind of the same deal in Project Moons. Guns exist and are very deadly weapons indeed, but the bullet, like, ammunition is insanely expensive to produce. So you hardly ever see it. And usually in very limited amounts. What, do you take me for some hibernating bear or something? Look, even I have trouble sleeping when there's noise all over. And he's out, and I'd say bear in hibernation is a pretty apt descriptor. Yeah. For all that grumbling and moaning, he dozed off before any of us did. Aside from Heathcliff, who began snoring the moment his head touched the ground, some other sinners were fast asleep as well. Mersault had entered sleep in his usual steadfast adherence to the routine, while Faust laid claim to one of the few available cloth sheets as soon as the close of Mrs. for the day was confirmed. The sinners who had spent the entire last night searching for me in an unfamiliar land slowly began to fall asleep as well. Meanwhile, the fixer of the Zwei Association first section. Though the night was no longer young, Don Quixote was vigorously sharing the tales of adventures with without even a single sign of fatigue. Yeah, she don't get tired. She got tired once under extreme circumstances. That's about it. She's not determined to do this until sunrise, is she? Mayors definitely is. I guess it's okay since Mayors seem to be having fun. As I continue to watch the pair of them with some mild concern, Amiya, not yet asleep, approached me. This city Miss Don Quixote speaks of seems to be teeming with fixers of justice and exhilarating tales of adventure. Do you actually experience all of them yourselves? No, of course not. Don Quixote's stories are usually those of famous people. But she's telling it with such vigor that most of it sounds like She was there herself. Now, I guess if you really want to get into it, some of them might be retellings of Don Quixote's personal experiences. Ishmael replied uncertainly, thinking back to the plays we were made to watch back in La Mancha Land. Well, I think all those stories, even though they're not only partially true, just go on to show what a ridiculous place it can be. We wouldn't need fixers of justice to begin with if we really lived in a just world, right? A really good place to live would be a place peaceful without someone having to force it. And most guns are used by the age-old-like race people. Oh, I think we saw one of those. I think that's the, Ego Gregor has. That's true. I hope there come a day when Rhodes Islands can be a normal pharmaceutical company in the future. Something wrong? No, I just thought Miss Mayers and I made eye contact. Did she overhear our conversation? Well, I'm pretty sure your bug arm stands out like a sore thumb. Here. I looked at her direction as well, but I saw Mayers expectantly reacted to Don Quixote's tales. Well, what happened then? Thus spake Lady Otis boldly before the soldiers who stood in our path. Thou presumest to stand our past servants of a master most unworthy. I Otis shall eradicate ye on how educate ye on how manner maketh. Don Quixote was retelling the story of the Limbus Company's adventures in Hong Yun, and Otis could no longer stand Don Quixote's unintentional alterations of the story, jumped to her feet and shouted, "Damn it, what kind of nonsense are you feeding her? I never said anything like that." Realize certain aspects of this retelling may have been exaggerated. That's Tales of Adventure for you. Things are bound to get a bit dry when the story is told too realistically and as it is, right? Yeah, I tried to, since I was told that I kind of looked like a mirrored version of, like, Zilu. I tried to match Zilu's more tan appearance and got her sword and everything, and kind of changed one of my eyes to match her color. I did that to do Limbus Company, but, I suck at shading, so while I got her skin tone right, I could not get the shading right. And it just looks kind of funky. But yeah, I did. Stretching. You know, nothing, not even anything resembling a proper record or a book reminded once the profound silence swept through this village. So I've always had a craving for these kind of stories. But the barrier doesn't stop Bavarians from immigrating, contrary to their tight immigration control. Have you ever thought about leaving this place? It's still a challenge to cross the border, especially since we're going to have to pass through a larger cities that managed by the Inquisition. You don't seem particularly fond of this Inquisition. Why is that? It's because this village was formed by people who grew tired of living under the Inquisition's rule and fled. Sorry, but what kind of organization is this Inquisition? Sinclair asked, face turning cold upon hearing the word Inquisition, and that fled from it. And that people fled from it. Oh. Nail and hammer. I has lost audio for some reason. I cannot hear. Hey, there we go. That's fixed. That was weird. They randomly switched over to a different audio channel. That was weird. Yeah, Nail and Hammer, we saw back at COLLAB. Aren't the kind of memories that are so easily forgotten? Yeah. According to Dr. Cal, the Inquisition is what fled the power vacuum. What filled the power vacuum once Iberia fell into chaos. Is that meant to be an L or an I? It's a name, so I assume that's a capital I, but I don't know. Fell into chaos. And its Inquisitors are the rapier and lamp-wielding protectors of Iberia's cities from lawlessness. Iberia, yes, okay. I couldn't tell if that was an L or an I. I couldn't tell. I assumed I because it was meant to be a name, but I was not sure. That one kind of makes them sound like good people, though. Yeah, they are, but there's the Church of the Deep. The Inquisition will go to whatever lengths to deal with incidences related to the church that worships Seaborns. Faye, an organization that worships those monsters? It seems that cultish fanaticism is a plague wherever we go. I feel like people with all kinds of wrong faiths and beliefs are so common. See, Seaborns are the ones that messed up Iberia. That messed Iberia up, so following their logic, apparently it's okay for them to arrest anyone who seems to be remotely connected to them. So, you say that Iberia is like this because of the Seaborns? Those things from earlier, I guess they were kind of troublesome to deal with, but they don't seem that strong. Anyways, it's just what I heard from Gramps. The Inquisition may executed many innocent people to their crusade against the Church of the Deep. For those who proclaimed to be on the side of justice, they seemed quite fond of committing such villainy. It seems like a reasonable decision to me. But I must pose a clear danger to the daily. But it must pose a clear danger to the daily lives of citizens. Interesting, Otis. Yeah, I was the only survivor. Everyone in my family died. Must have had to endure such a long period of pain. To be able to say something like that with such composure. For Iberia, they are heroes who bring. For Iberia, they are heroes who bring the land back to its glory days. But to Gramps, they are just oppressors to make his life difficult. That's why we've all come here, fleeing from the Inquisitor's gaze. Yet, wherefore hath thou decided to settle at a place a place that is so, run down? Indeed. Yeah, I know, but it's not so bad once you get used to it. Besides, we managed to find a new path thanks to you guys. A new path? Well, it's getting late. We'll be repairing the ship tomorrow. This place really has no soundproof at all, huh? Please tell me you don't plan to go to Project Moon's universe. It's far worse than anything here. Good talk, everyone. Hope we can get another chance to do this tomorrow. After seeing Mayors to her own room, the other stairs who were still up anyway, and I laid ourselves on the hard stone floor, only on a thin layer of cloth between it and our backs. A mysterious night that would neither a mysterious world that is neither the city nor the outskirts. Sus. Hello, casual Among Us company. Please no. But hello, casual. But it seems like the lives of the people are led very difficult as they were anywhere else. Okay, one more and I gotta call it a night. Or a day and get ready for work. I don't wanna.
군주가 나선다.
이 의로움을 세우기 위해서라면 잠깐 이번 임무는 명을
어디서?
주군께서
잠깐 이번 임무는 내가 나갈게. 맡겨두시게.
I'm thinking.
흑수.
사우주 시간을 벌러 갈 시간이군.
Yeah, I know, I got a couple of levels in there, but they're like the last two. If they go out, I've really screwed up. I've always had one, casual. A new one now, but I've always had one. Who was that village girl? I don't know. That was Mayo, I think her name was? Mayors? That was Mayors, I think her name was. And one, Wood. She is very cute, too. She was just some girl from another world who was obsessed with Don's stories. They were like, she was like perfectly in sync with the gremlin, with our gremlin. Please share me. No. No, casual. No. I will not. No. Find your own. No. It's so big. Amazing. I didn't know there were remaining vessels in this class in Iberia. I spell her name here. It is called the name of it's by the name Rebellion de los Masses. The revolt against the masses it is a name very much mirrored in peculiarity indeed. Honglu chimed in that he was rather fond of its size being about the same as a boat from his home. But Ishmael quickly jumped to correct us and says the size was almost anything special at the Great Lakes, but it was still pretty big compared to the Mephi or the Indigo Elder's skiff. I thought it was going to be somewhere about Mephi's size at most. Are you sure you can get that ship fixed in a day or two? As I briefed yesterday, a great majority of the time-consuming repairs have already been completed by the villagers. The extent of our repair efforts only concern a few components within the vessel that the villagers could not repair, which which shouldn't take us much time. Something that bothers me, I don't recognize Mayor's race. Maybe I've just forgotten them at some point, but I don't recall anyone having pointed ears aside from a vampire. Oh, so she could be one then, maybe. I don't know what the vampires in ARKNIGHTs look like, but she could be. Who knows? She could be one. And it could just be that this is just a new place, and we're seeing a part of it that hasn't really been shown or something. We should buy them fancier clothes, though their sailor scoot outfits are trippy. Sailor outfits? I didn't see those sailor outfits. Unless parts that are unfamiliar to Faust are also malfunctioning, such as the core engine, remaining repairs should be sufficiently managed by Faust. Despite Otis's confident declaration, I could not help but feel oddly unsettled as I looked at the ship. I don't know why, but something tells me we don't want to linger here for too long. Still, please be thorough about it just in case. I'd rather not sit on a sinking ship again. The experience of the Great Lakes was enough. Do not worry, Dante. Unlike Mephistopheles, most functions of this vessel, buoyancy gear, propellers, steering gear, are all in operational capacity. This repair should be much easier than the case with Mephistopheles. They seem confident enough. It should be safe this time around, right? Are we taking the rope to climb up to this ship? No, there's a lift-like apparatus down there. It should take us up to the ship. As the builder was verified yesterday, let us board the lift. You're 100% certain, right? The boat is afloat right now, Dante. I don't think it's sinking anytime soon. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, Dante has PTSD. So, after what happened to him in the Great Lakes, I can understand. I can understand why he's afraid of it. I can understand why he's afraid to be on a ship. Alright, are you two just gonna faff about down? Are you two just going to faff about down here? We're heading up now. No, we're going with you. There's a way to debate our way to the vessel bridge. I was greeted with an extravagant interior that was as gaudy as its interior. Gaudy as its interior? I thought the ship looked amazing. This isn't real gold, is it? Well, is gaudy good or bad? I come to think if I don't know what actually that means. I assumed that meant like poor design or untasteful design. I always thought that's what that meant. I don't know, it looked good to me. This is real gold, is it? It's sure shiny as heck in here. I've got butterflies on my stomach. Yes. Aesthetically satisfying, she says. Thank you, Sinclair. But too ostentatious, not quite my style. Our young Mephi is also quite excellent vessel, yet I image the adventures we could embark on this vessel are most lavishly decorated. As Faust and Otis were working on one of the control panels, Ishmael walked up to another interface with it, and interface with it before giving a knowing nod. This must have been an investigative or research vessel of sorts. It does not, but it does seem a bit extravagant for one of those, though. Look, coordinates updating in real time, it seems. Coordinates seem to have been set somewhere out in the middle of the ocean. Maybe it points to a small islet? Nope. No islet here. Blimey, lass. You know, you sure know to sneak up on. You sure know how to sneak up on people. Oh, you just scared Heathcliff. Mayors. What? Did you act? Did I actually surprise you? I did ask if you guys were gonna come fix the boat today. Still, I didn't know you'd be here. Why are the what are the coordinates set in to this location? There are several undersea cities beneath the coordinates, collectively known as Eager. Gramps' home. You see, understood. What is understood, if I may ask? It is now understood that why the promise to repair the ship was significant to earn their trust in the title of saviors. What's she on about? Something to give a... Someone get translating. Conduct consolidating and cross-referencing observation, practical circumstances of the village, and the statement of the mayors-in-chief alongside information gathered from the exchange. Mayors is possibly... and it is possible to gauge the significance of the ship's repairs to its local populace. Of course, while this may constitute a sequence for a logical connection that pose a certain challenge for Heathcliff to comprehend. To employ any degree of effort to attempt to explain it more digestible language would constitute a pursuit of inefficiency. That seemed to hurt Heathcliff. Lower the bat, and I implore you, I shall explain it fully. I was wondering when Miss Smartass would stop gabbing like that again. So what's she on about? Faust is a little snarky when she's not really connected to her... however you pronounce it. Well, with all the other Fausts, this one's a little snarky sometimes. When she doesn't really have a good connection to it. Heathcliff's shoulders were relaxed. It didn't seem like he was actually going to swing that bat. He placed it lightly over his shoulders with a sigh. It seemed like that look he made was more like he was upset or hurt by it. A brief observation of the village seemed to suggest that their subsistence situation is quite dire. Much of their daily sustenance consists of dried food, most of which is made for long-term storage purposes. Considering what Scotty said about how the coastal areas are full of danger, maybe those dried seafood aren't from around here either. Maybe it's food they packed when they first came to Pharaoh. Some villagers were armed, yeah, and those sea terrors weren't exactly that formidable, but given the state of the village are in, I doubt they have an easy time repelling those monsters. Indeed, that brings us back to the question of sustenance. Right. I get what's going on here. The lass and her granddad are about to visit their home. They're trying to get some food supplies from there to feed the villagers and convince them they're planning to use the fact that they're from the same neck of the woods or sea, I guess. Also, we're not just repairing the ship, we're repairing their food supply. plan too. Huh, what's wrong? It's, while the expression was rather crude, Heathcliff's summary of the situation was clear, to the point where it's easy to understand. The sinners stared at him with mild surprise. And I did too. What's with them annoying looks? Wait, oh, you sods. You don't think I'm that dim-witted, do you? Top-notch intuition. It's just that it's been a while since you've shown this side of yourself. Thinking back, Heathcliff's intuitions have always been excellent. And he's often put together surprisingly accurate constellations with impressive speed. You know, when you really think about it, it's kind of your fault for I've been too soft on you lately, haven't I? Oi, get back here. Now with those fools out of the conversation, was he correct? Otis looked away from the usual chaos and asked Mayers. Honestly, I'm surprised. He was on point. Yeah, food's been running low from the village. At this rate, we won't last another year. But the Eager will. I'm sure they'll welcome us with open arms. I don't want to come off as overly worried, but do you think they'll welcome the others too? Unlike mayors or the chief, they're not eager. Or eager. I believe they will. Iberia suspects and hates the eager for no reason that they were for no other reason that they were from the sea, but our home cannot have fallen souls to abandon a group of starving land dwellers. Prithee, might thou explain to us who the Aegir are? I had initially thought they'd be a reference to a religion. Yet it almost seems to refer to an affiliation of sorts. Maybe there's something like nest dwellers, though I don't think I've heard of a nest except actually people with open arms. Or maybe they used to be some rich folk? If you call nest tops Aegir here, then does that make the rabbit-eared lass Aegir too? Wait, in the world you come from, do they not distinguish between races? It's not entirely true. Delineation between races is a concept that does exist. Though I only saw them in the Fathoms, where those terrifying things called Kaku spawns. Yeah, we don't really have people like you who are just like a bunny girls and stuff like that. I mean, we have the Hishu pack who are kind of like that, I suppose. But we don't just have them as normal people walking around. However, the general rule, it can be said that humans should be the only intelligent life form in this city. The people of Terra have slightly varying appearances depending on their race, like my Katos ears. I've got pointy ears because I am an Aegir, though it's not a characteristic every Aegir shares. Oh, so her race just has pointed ears, okay. The closest idea to what they are distinguished prithee to be, Donkey already seemed to be struggling to finish her sentence. Miss Utz stepped in to continue. By context clues, the manner of the word usage includes a means of classification. The closest example in our world would be blood veins, similar in appearance to humans, different in natures. Comparable sapiens. Hello, I'm here to say that the Hishu have more human DNA than beast-mid DNA, therefore they are more human than beast, otherwise carry on. Well, I mean, most animal girls only have ears and sometimes a tail, which the Hishus have a tendency to have those traits. So, yes, they do, but they are still kind of animal girls, so, eh? Tis my belief that the blood fiends are ostracized to their nature and maketh coexistence with humans difficult. And maybe that the eager are also... I'm sure some of them do possess qualities that make coexistence with others difficult, but they're probably rare. Then wherefore are they made subject to suspicion and hatred? Well, they live in the sea. The Seaborn exist. People are dumb. There you go. Meh, I'm not surprised. Although it's not like our world, it's like different, like different animal girls, elf girls, stuff like that. So I can see it. Well, the language is new, but the idea itself is pretty familiar to city folks like us. Also, I have a cutoff point in 10 minutes, so I may have to, like, skip the story when I get to a certain point and just resume where I left off and go back to the point next time I stream this. Think of feathers of fallen wings. Kids border the backstreets, people who are replaced their body parts with prosthetics. Oh, that's why the Ager are deep-sea people. Only Scotty and the nun with the chainsaw were a thing when I was playing, far as I recall. Ah. More beast-mid than animal girls cause of the she-branch claws and sometimes mutated snake venom. Gotcha. Where was I? Most differs, yet the essence we find the thread. Oh, I accidentally skipped something. Oh, it's just Don pausing. Something about how we keep finding these similarities in the ways of our lives, despite finding ourselves in distant worlds with different rules, races, and humans, felt oddly discomforting. This point is, are you guys doing us a real? You guys are doing us a real sub by fixing the ship. Man, if they did a collab with Blue Archive and Dante saw Kavotos, I have a feeling they would have to drag him out of there kicking and screaming. Yeah, I don't think I don't think anyone would be displeased by being there. That place is just heaven in comparison to PM. Unless you drop them in the middle of like those Dead Space marker things, or something like that. If they ever did a collab with them, that place, he would have a very different tone than what he just had here with ARKNIGHT's world. I mean, more so that this keeps going into ARKNIGHT's lore. Only the girls are allowed into Kavotos. Well, about that, the black suits and other stuff exists. And we're from another world. I don't see anything preventing them from being in there. It's just what we're shown and happened to be there. I don't see anything actually just outright preventing them from being there. Even if they want to go down that road, the Dante's actual is just unknown if he's male, if Dante's male or female. It's just an unknown thing still. Because Project Moon has a tendency to do that, where you can't tell. Well, if they ever want to, that's a bridge they're gonna have to cross. And people like the Black Suit and Francis exists. So I don't see why not. Let's move on from these gloomy conversations. Okay, I want to show the cooler parts of this way. Our ship tour may have to wait. The repairs are almost completed, but there's an issue has arisen. Issue? Wow, this is reassuring. I mean, Dante must have showered, no? They probably should know. But wow, that's not reassuring at all. Multiple life forms identified ahead. Assumed Sea Terror Horde. The ship's radar system seemed to suggest the vessel is surrounded. They're the same monsters from yesterday. Executive Manager, please order us to prepare for battle. God damn it, the Sea Terrors are they the Sea Terrors we encountered? They look a bit different, but yeah, probably. There's a lot more of them. If our last experience tells us anything, we should probably handle this. Amiya, please support us in battle like you did yesterday. Can't thou fight young mayors? I feel like I'm just going to get in your way. Then, guys, let's find a place to keep mayors as far away as possible from the battle. Let's hurry down. We don't want them damaging the ship any further. Also, wow, the stories of this event are long. They took time with this one.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면
Let's set off Gregor's. I need one wrath, one white, and one blue. His is an unclashable one. Or one yellow and one blue. This is a not clashable one, so I just want to see what it looks like when it goes off.
다들 기운이 넘치는군. 역시 본인이 직접 선별한 용기를 북돋는 영웅당 탑 5가 도움이 되었는가?
Who has the other one? No. Who had the other one? It might have been Faust. Faust has the other one. I'll set up Faust next if I can. That requires a lot of green, though. Shit, I did set up the ego. I skipped it. But, dude, please don't kill everyone. I see what it looks like when it goes off. It said horde. Please be more.
끝내지. 괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
푸름을 튀어기를 보내라. 넌 푸름을
그간의 전투 경험이
도려내라.
We are slaughtering them, and this is not hard mode.
가치 없군. 죽어라. 여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시게. 바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
So I need one yellow and a lot more green. Got it! As long as we don't kill him.
그렇게 시원하게 쳐는 원한 맛이 없겠구나. 일 처리는 빠르게 눈부시지 않아도 두려워할 답답한 거지.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
If there's a story after this fight, I might have to skip it though, because I'm legitimately just out of time. And just resume it where I left off. Yes, not tomorrow, but I'd say Monday morning, so I can stream next.
아득한 여정. 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과
Oh, she's
미래를
cute.
찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
Damn. Not bad.
저수가 자는 넌 수명을
약점을 잘 모르겠습니다.
연담에서
해결사의 주고
거쪽
원더풀의 선택이었어 나리! 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군!
Hey, okay, we're almost all dead. This turret should be the last one. Come on, wipe the floor with them.
이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나
Come on, y'all got this. Y'all got this. I hope.
깨치시길.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수 있어.
This is hard mode, by the way.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, it's 7. Yeah, I gotta end it like now.
또 한 줄.
Okay, it's over. Well, I am completely out of time, so I've got to go like right now. So,
세월이 지나면
yeah, I'm not gonna do any like
Oh,
outro or anything like that. I am
그치.
just completely out of time. I've got to
이
go.
홍로가
So, I'm just gonna end stream now.
바꿔.
I won't be able to stream again until Monday morning, probably 3 a.m. But, let's see. Yeah, when I do that, I'm just gonna pick this up and keep streaming this until it's done, because it is a limited time thing. But yeah, without further ado, though, I will see you all next time. Good night or good morning, whatever it be for you. I'll see you all next time. Later, everybody, and bye-bye.